Hello there, people who have access to the internet and who are currently using it to watch this video. My name is Pun Food, or just Pun if you prefer. And we're venturing through the sprawling wilderness of Paldea. I guess it's not fully wilderness, but environments, biomes, fun areas to explore of Paldea. We're here in South Province Area 1, and I think it's time that we add a couple new team members to the team. Permanent ones, you know. Well, not like permanent in the sense that we'll never swap them for other team members, but I mean like not Hoppip, Scatterbug, Fletchling, or Tarantula, you know. Anyway, around here you can find a lot more variety of Pokemon than in Poco Path, including 2 new Pokemon. Well, you can also find this guy, I guess. You can find Ralts here. You know, Ralts is always a good pickup. Strong Psychic type. Personally, Gallade is one of my favorite Pokemon from the Sinnoh region. Like, one of the Pokemon I like from the Sinnoh region, of like the 15 that I like from the Sinnoh region. Final forms. I do like some of the pre-evolutions, but, you know. But, you know, I think Ralts is pretty good. I just don't really... I'm not a fan of using Pokemon that were introduced in past games. Anyway, it is highly attuned to the emotions of people and Pokemon. It hides if it senses hostility. Alright, you can... So, we're not adding you to the team, but we are filling out the Pokedex. Very important stuff. Yes, I know I can... claim a reward. What I want is, I know it spawns around here. Here we go. I wish I had a water type to test, but let's catch you. This is Paldean Wooper. Wooper was introduced in Gen 2 as the first water ground type, and now Paldean Wooper is a poison ground type. Is it the first one? No, there have been poison ground types before, right? I can't remember what, but I'm certain there's been at least one poison ground type. It might be the first. God, I can't remember. Not Gen 3. Gen 3 didn't really have any poison types at all. Gen 4 is too busy with other stuff. Gen 5 might have. Pop-Up doesn't need to learn anything. Yeah, I get that. Gen 6 had Dragalge as its only poison type. Gen 7 had a ton of Ultra Beasts and stuff, so probably not. And Gen 8, I can't remember. It might be the first poison ground type. Probably not, right? I can look that up later. Anyway, it's dangerous for Wooper to travel alone. They line up in groups of 3 or 4 and help each other as they walk around the wetlands. We're not going to give it a nickname. We're going to first see its summary. Water Absorb! Okay, this one gets to stay. First one we catch gets to, stay on the team. So, I am so sorry, Tarantula. You are unfortunately leaving the party. Anyway, now, defense down, special defense up. We probably want to get a better nature later, but yeah, that can wait. As long as it's not attack down. Water Absorb is the best ability for this thing because it gets rid of one of its weaknesses. Anyway, takes plenty of siestas. Changed nickname. What will we name you? Well, you're the, like, Spinefish Pokemon or whatever. Anyway, Wooper's a fan-favorite Pokemon. And Quagsire, I guess, too. You know, but mainly Wooper. And it's just an adorable little guy with no arms, you know, so makes sense. The main reason Wooper's joining the team as opposed to any other Pokemon is because there are literally, like, no new ground types that aren't, like, rare, legendary-esque Pokemon. So, yeah, this is what I'm left with. Anyway, you do use bones, so... But I don't think Boney really works as a good name. What about, like, Spine? Or, like, Spiny, like the Mario enemy? I always feel like Spiny, like, adding Y to the end of a name, I feel like is kind of like a cop-out for making the name sound more cutesy. But as long as I don't do it for every single Pokemon here, I think Spiny works. You can see the little spine, you know, down his little thing. So with that, let's move you up front and let's change you. I like to always have my highest level Pokemon at the bottom of the party. You're a physical attacker, so yeah, we won't get into rearranging the moves too much right now. Next up on our agenda is finding our next party member, which is right here. I don't need to worry about abilities because this thing can only have one ability. This is a Fido. It's actually already pretty high level, so we'll just catch it. Fido, I remember I saw the trailers for the original Scarlet and Violet. Or not the original, but I saw the original trailers for Scarlet and Violet, and I thought to myself, oh, Charge. Sure. It's probably better than Growl. I saw the trailers for Scarlet and Violet, and I'm like, Fido? That's such a clever pun. I gotta use that on my team. And I did for a while, but I slowly fell in love with a different fairy type, which we will not be using in this playthrough because I think a lot of people have already used it to death. And also, I already used it to death, in my own personal playthrough. So yeah, I never really got the chance to use Fido in the same way that, like, not in my original playthrough. I did use, Fido in a recent playthrough, you know, but I figured Fido is a good fairy type. I just love it a lot. And it's a good, well-rounded Pokemon that can cover a lot of different types. I believe it learns the moves of, like, many different types, I think. Almost all of them, except for, like, Dragon, I think. Anyway, the yeast in Fido's breath is useful for cooking, so this Pokemon has been protected by people since long ago. That is a great way to explain, like, the man's best friend, you know, type deal. Anyway, I believe, what should I name this thing is my question. Oh, I already used up a good nickname for, like, a Fido. I could use the same name again. You know what? I'm just gonna use the same name again. We're naming this thing Roll. Because, you know, like a bread roll, but also, like, I guess just Roll is a cutesy, you know, sort of girly name. You know, I guess traditionally, I guess the first thing that I think of when I think of, like, Roll is I think of, like, Mega Man, you know. Oh. Yeah. Sorry, Roll. Sorry, that nature, I can't overlook a nature that bad. I am so sorry for your loss of being on the team or whatever. Anyway, here's one of my favorite lines of Pokemon. This is Igglybuff. I fell in love with Jigglypuff and Wigglytuff because I got into Pokemon because the cards were, like, I wouldn't say big, but they were, hitting a popularity spike, like, at my school. And so I got into Pokemon sort of because of the cards. And when I got my first, like, cards, I had a Wigglytuff card. And it was, like, actually good, somewhat good when I was just playing against random people also at my school, right? And so I just fell in love with, like, Wigglytuff and, you know, Jigglypuff and Igglybuff. Anyway, he likes to sing, but it's not good at it. With praise and encouragement, it'll get better little by little. And also, Igglybuff, Wigglytuff, and Jigglypuff are my favorite typings of normal and fairy, so, you know, there's that aspect. Anyway, I guess this should also give some background on my experience with Wooper. because Wooper is another Pokemon I was intending to use on my first playthrough, but I just felt like it didn't have the stats to carry it through the late game, you know? I mean, you could use it, but it wasn't sticking with me as well, and I just sort of felt like, there were other Pokemon. I think I partially felt like it was shown off in the trailers, at least, you know, Paldean and Wooper. Not Evo, but Paldean and Wooper was shown off in the trailers. And I kind of felt like, you know, to that extent, you know, everyone was going to use a Paldean and Wooper. And I kind of wanted to be different on my first playthrough. But, I used Wooper here in a different playthrough not too long ago. And I'm happy to use it here again, simply because there are no other ground types. Anyway, so let's just name you and hope you have a nature that at least doesn't lower your attack. Okay, that's actually kind of perfect. Special defense up probably would have been good, but like, oh, didn't mean to. Okay. Luckily the boxes are super accessible in this game. So, nope, that's the first roll. We want the new roll. Sorry, Hoppip. Your time is up, I guess. Let's just do a little bit of that. Okay, so now our team is, shaping up to be pretty good, and I've caught most of the stuff, so I'm fine heading into Los Platos. And Nemona's already here. But that only took us 10 minutes to get our 2 new team members before heading into Los Platos. And now we gotta go through a quick tutorial. Oi! Pun Food, over here! Good to hear the classic Pokemon Center theme, though. This here is a Pokemon Center. You can come here to take care of a lot of things related to your Pokemon. But I'll leave the explanations to the pros here. Happy to be of service, and welcome to the Pokemon Center. I'm here to keep everyone's Pokemon healthy. Here on my left is the Pokemon counter. You can buy things like Pokeballs and potions. Hello, we accept payment both in cash and in LP. League points, that is. 1 LP is worth 1 Pokédollar. And to my right is the Technical Machine. TM Machine for short. It's your ticket to making TMs, which you can use to teach moves to your Pokemon. You'll need to pay an LP and supply the machine with materials at Pokemon Drop. LP comes in handy both of these machines and at stores. I've got lot. Here. I've got a lot. I've got a lot. Not I've got lot. Anyway, I've got a lot. Here, have some. Alright. Happily take that LP because I don't have like any. Oh yeah, and some of these too. Cool. So we should be able to create a few TMs at least. In the Union Circle, you can connect with other trainers to find yourself some adventuring companions. Oh, that was probably the lady. We will, thanks. Remember? Had a rough adventure? Get to the Pokemon Center. Doesn't quite rhyme. Sometimes you have to know this sort of stuff for quizzes at school. But mnemonics help out. Here, let's try another one. Okay. Are you ready? Then let's go! Goofy, sure, but it helps you remember that you can send out your lead Pokemon out with the R button. That way, you can have the Pokemon that's walking with you go pick up items lying around, or go battle on its own and other stuff like that. Alright, Let's Go is a new feature. It's basically a great way to auto-battle and get EXP and materials. Anyway, let's heal at the Pokemon Center. Yep, thank you. And I'm gonna drink some water, because Nemona is not the most comfortable talking voice. When you don't know where to blah blah blah. Or did you already know that? Well, I do hope my little blah blah blah. We get it. Okay. So, with that, I do want to check my bag for items. I have plenty of potions, awakenings, ethers. Don't really use battle items. I could give Hull berries. We have Swift. No one's really a special attack. I'm just realizing, do I have any special attackers on my proposed team? Do. I have like 3 special attackers proposed for my final team. So not the most balanced, but it's something. I don't know why I'm drawn to physical attackers in this game. It always feels like I'm drawn to one or the other in any given game, like more special or more physical. Anyway, Pokeballs. I'm gonna quickly buy just a few more, I'm just gonna do the handy dandy, buy 10 and get a Premier Ball. And we're gonna pay with cash because, I think it's better that way. Anyway, I'm good, thanks. What do you say? Meetup spot, oh yeah. That's just referencing the whole Poke Union Circle or whatever. Anyway, let's come over here and let's fight this trainer that we skipped, because fighting people is actually important. If you beat me, I'll tell you a cool secret. Alright, show me what you got. Zaharia the student. I think I said that right. Probably not, actually. Sending out a Lechonk. Alright, Lechonk isn't too bad. It's level 5, we're level 6. I prefer to have the camera like this. You know what? I think it would be better to just leave this to, let's leave this to, Spiny. Maybe just Spine would be better without the Y, but I don't know. Because it feels more like a descriptor than... okay. Mudshot's more base power and stab, so... You know, same type attack bonus. Anyway, it's a good thing we stopped this in, because we take, resisted damage to Fairy, because we're poison type. And this thing should go down pretty quick here. I really like that Lechonk only has a kind of depressed, serious look simply because its ears cover its eyes. But, like, actually, you know, its eyes are a bit more wide and it looks more energetic underneath. It's kind of cool how they did that. Oh, no. Oh, I lost even though my Pokemon had full HP. Of course you did. I'm just better. Here's a secret. Pokemon centers will heal all your Pokemon for free. What do you mean you already knew that? I did. I wonder if that's referencing the Pokemon, like how trivial that is, or if that's referencing the fact I already used a Pokemon Center. Anyway, there's plenty to see in Los Platos, like you. We're always happy to serve up a helping of hospitality to anyone passing by. You are? Cool. Anyway, should us take a lot of where to go next? Okay. Of course, another cool thing to see here in Los Platos is this. Like one of my favorite Pokemon of all time. Not you, little girl. Go. Oh, I'm all topped up. Or maybe a little guy. I don't know. Little dude, I guess. Steerling! Oh, Deerling's just so cute. Anyway. Fletchling, how cute. Yes, Fletchling are also cute. We can buy ice cream here, but I don't really want to. Oh, I guess I'll just show the menu. You could buy ice cream here, and this will give you various boosts like EXP power, TNT power, various meal powers. Anyway. We cannot, unfortunately, go in houses. We're delivered. Oh. So this town gives you some very basic, information on how Pokemoning works. And I'm going to just grab all the items in the town. It's a nice little place. And honestly, I don't know. You can just hear, like, the music's pretty lively without being too, like, energetic, you know. It is very, it's just a very, chill environment. Anyway, Academy students who live here in Los Platos don't bother with the dorms. We commute to school each day directly from home. Though the hill does make it pretty rough. Okay, but if we evaluate this in terms of, like, real, like, as if these distances were real, we would have to assume the fact that we do live in the dorms, we're 2 towns over, right? Let's, like, I can only assume this is, like, at least, like, probably at least a couple hours up Poco Path. And then to Los Platos from the lighthouse is probably another hour. So that's like a 3-hour walk. I guess from Los Platos, it must be less than an hour if they're commuting to the city and then commuting into the academy. But, like, you know, it's very weird. Yeah, I did. Anyway, Surskit there. I thought they were wild Surskit, but they actually just belong to the town. But I remember, like, when I was first playing, I was, like, trying for, like, 10 minutes to throw my Pokemon out at the Surskit. You can find rest here. Useful if you're going for more setup style play. I don't usually, though, so, you know. Anyway, I guess the next step is maybe to just continue up towards city. Oh, yeah. Pelipper is basically the mail delivery Pokemon because, you know, Beak. What do you say? School. Careful of the road. And you're telling us to save. Cool. Oh, I'm so tired. Anyway. South Province Area 1. We're back in South Province Area 1, and there are new Pokemon only found on this hill. Like Bounsweet. And we're of course gonna try and catch most of them. I cannot guarantee all because, I also don't want to overly level my party too much. In fact, like, I'm already to a point that I might just put Florian in the boxes so that he's not gaining unnecessary EXP. But Bounsweet, a greeting drawn in by the sweet scent of these Pokemon, will tuck Bounsweet in among the berries in its tail and carry them all away. Poor Bounsweet. Anyway, Bounsweet's okay. Kind of nice to have a lot of early grass-type options. Then again, grass won't be too useful of a type until mid-game, so I guess it's useful for, like, one thing early on. But I'm gonna kind of try and stick to the main road. Never mind. I see items. I want items. There's a lot to explore here. Just in this first area, like, you can go up that hill and pathway instead of up the other one. There's tons of, not tons, but there's a good chunk of new Pokemon, like, Bonsly here. Bonsly, I think, is the earliest rock type you have access to. And rock is actually kind of important for our first story objective, so honestly, picking up a Bonsly might not be a bad idea. If you're planning on doing the game kind of in the order it was intended, you know. I guess, you know, intended order or whatever, I don't know. Who needs Growl? I guess I could have gotten rid of Tackle, but who needs Growl, honestly? Growl is just not really the best move to have. Anyway, from its eyes, it can expel excess moisture from its body. This liquid is similar in composition to human sweat. Kind of gross, but okay. I guess, like, human sweat is, I mean, what else would it be, really? You know, it's expelling, you know, moisture from its eyes, so, like, it would kind of have to be like sweat, because that's how sweat kind of works to some extent. Oh, I see a new Pokemon. Oh my god, we're gonna be here forever, aren't we? I'm gonna try to get up towards Messagoza before the end of the episode, but, like, there's so many trainers to fight, there's so many Pokemon to catch. Ugh. There's so much to do. Okay, Sunkern was caught. Cool. So it's very weak. Its only means of defense is to shake its leaves and desperately at its attacker. Sunkern was for the longest time the weakest Pokemon in existence, but I believe Wishy-Washy now holds that title without its schooling form. So, hey kid, want to battle? I got 2 whole Pokemon. Am I cool or what? Well, I have 6. I guess 5. No, 4 that I'm using right now. But, yeah, I have 6. And you have an Azurill. I love how you can just see beneath the world. Let's just take it out with Covet. This shouldn't take long. It's gonna splash, and we're slightly hovering above the ground. I mean, I guess that's to be expected, you know. We're gonna Covet again. So what's his next Pokemon? Houndour. I'd prefer to just kind of play on set. But this thing's a fire type. I guess we can just Covet. It should die pretty quick. It's lowering our defenses. That doesn't really matter. Because we can just attack it again. You know. Kind of basic, just keep attacking logic. Anyway. Spiny learned Poison Tail. That is a pretty good move to have early on when we're encountering grass and fairy types. Wow, my 2 Pokemon! Oh no, not his 2 Pokemon. When you battle the Pokemon at the top... Oh. Yeah, okay. Later on, the trainers will say more interesting things. Anyway, we can either level up Spiny or Palmera. Let's do Palmera. And here's another Gimmighoul. With another Gimmighoul coin. Anyway, I guess we're taking this path up the pathway now. There's a cherry berry, but there's a item. I should probably fight the guy over there. There's another Sunkern. There's a specific Pokemon that spawns around here that I want to catch, but I guess I'll just battle this guy for now. I'm probably going to stick to mostly main pathways for the most part because I'm trying to do a Let's Play and not just like a go explore the region, but you know. Here we go. We are fighting Ruben the Janitor. They stopped putting the trainer classes before the names and started putting the names before the trainer classes starting in Scarlet and Violet. Which I think is nice, you know, it gives more, like, trainer names as opposed to, like, caring about what class they are. Anyway, Thunder Shock. Oh, we got a Paralyze. That's pretty good. Oh, it's gonna yawn us. I really don't want to fall asleep. So our best option is Spiny, who is a ground type, which ground is super effective against poison. Poison is honestly a pretty good typing. Defensively, only being weak to 2 types. What I really need is for this thing to get fully paralyzed. Anyway. But Poison's pretty good defensively when you consider it's only weak to 2 types. And then you remember, oh, the 2 types it's weak to are ground, which is like one of the most common attacking types, like, because ground is a pretty good offensive type. It hits a lot. And it's also weak to Psychic, which Psychic isn't the best type, but it does have a lot of offensive power, and a lot of strong Pokemon are Psychic types, so, you know. Anyway, Palmera leveled up, so safe trip then. Okay, he's just wishing us well on our way to school, so let's get Spiny up front, I guess, and let's try and find this Pokemon. before we end up at the gate. Is that it? No. Very similar. I want to also kind of find it before I end the episode. Well, there's a Spupa. I can... They might only spawn around here, actually. Alright. We'll catch this Spupa. Pokeball. Really quick, come on. We're already at 30 minutes on the episode. Can we just find the actual Pokemon I want to catch? Maybe it's the first thing we'll do next part. Honestly, I don't know. I do want to get the stuff over here. Oh, it's an evolved Pokemon, so we got more EXP. Anyway, Fletchling learned Ember. Blah, blah, blah. Put Spupa in the box, please. Our starter is a little bit high level for my taste. So I'm gonna try and only battle basically what's required. Why have I not found it? But there is a break in the fence over here. Honestly, if this episode runs a little long just because I'm exploring a bit, that's fine. But there's a break in the fence over here, and you can use this to travel all the way over here. Not down there, that just leads to water that you can't really use efficiently, so to speak. But if we travel all the way over here, I thought there was an item. Is there not? Oh my god. No, it's on the other side, isn't it? We can't get over this wall. So now we have to walk all the way back. Like, I don't think I would mind it if, like, we had the running shoes. Like, we're running, but, like, it doesn't feel that fast. This feels like normal speed. And I know why that is, but, like, it feels so slow to walk all the way around. Alright. We could battle you, but I think I'd rather go find this Pokemon that I'm searching for specifically. Hold on. It probably it spawns very prominently. It often spawns like right in this sort of area. Oh, EXP Candy XS. That is usually the EXP Candy you have excess of. Anyway, here's the Pokemon I was looking for. This might seem like a weird pick, but this is Shroodle, and this is our technically poison type member of the team. It is the first ever poison normal type. We're just going to throw a Pokeball, hope it works. But the reason that we're using this is simply because, I don't know, I think Grafaiai is, or Shroodle, and I guess its evolution that I totally didn't just spoil, I feel like are often overlooked as kind of being weak. And this is, people credit Lechonk as sort of the Route 1 normal type, and I see why. But this Pokemon, Shroodle, falls more in line with Rattata and Zigzagoon and Bidoof than I think any other Pokemon in Paldea. Anyway, it doesn't really matter what ability this thing has. Its abilities are okay, but not the best for playthroughs. It's definitely made to be like a competitive Pokemon, but even then, the stats just probably aren't enough. It's Poison Normal. Pretty okay. Poison cancels out Normal's fighting weakness. Normal doesn't really do anything for Poison, but at least it gets Stab on normal moves. To keep its enemies away from its territory, it paints markings around its nest using a poisonous liquid that has an acrid. Never seen that word in my life. Anyway, odor. Yes, we will give it a nickname. I am not sure what I want this thing's nickname to be. What about... Well, it's named after doodle, like doodling something or sketching. So, is there anything like... Oops. Is there anything sort of artistic? Oh. I think this is correct for the reference I'm going for. Yes, it is. Okay, this is Lisa. So, no, I didn't, stupid controllers being, I wouldn't call it like Joy-Con drift. I think it's just my controller. I don't know that it was even too sensitive. I think it was just, oh, really? Wow. Well, maybe you deserve to stay in the box then. Any other Strudels that wouldn't mind, appearing so I could quickly catch you? Cause that would be great, because, we don't want one with, like, it has the opposite. We could raise it to be a special attacker. The stats are pretty close, but not really that close. It has, like, 15 more base attack than, special attack. So I'd rather just go all in on the physical. Where is this thing? I caught it, like, right around here. Come on! I chose to use Strudel simply because, like, I felt like not enough people... Or not necessarily not enough people, but I wanted to give it a chance in, like, a playthrough team, you know? Because I just feel like it got, like, a trailer showcasing it before the games came out. But, you know, it never really got any love for itself, I would say. You know, like, once the games came out, everybody kind of discarded it as, like, the Route 1, you know, normal type that was going to be super weak, almost. You know? And honestly, if it doesn't appear, I might discard it as the Route 1 normal type that is super weak. Hi, Scatterbug. Come on! I just want to find this thing so I can end the episode. You know what? I guess since I can't find it, I'll just say, I'll find a different one with a better nature next time. But for now, my name has been and will be tomorrow, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that, and the day after that. And always will be Pun Food. Alright, here we go. And this one's level 8 too. Okay. Just get in the ball. Now I have to figure out a new name for this thing. Because Lisa... I mean, I could still name it Lisa, but, like... Come on, you know. The reference I was trying to make was Mona Lisa with the, name there. But now I just have to figure out, what I'm gonna name this thing. So... I guess you'll find out, at the start of the next episode.